Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. Today we're talking Nio and Tesla EVs. With the resurgence in the EV market, I thought, why not? Now, obviously Tesla is a forerunner and the best out of all the EV. I'm not taking anything away from them, but we'll start with Nio. It's had a huge run up, really. Are Nio and Tesla overpriced? Long story short, yes. But they're spec stocks, so it's fair for them to be overpriced. There's an argument to be made that Tesla has gone from a spec stock to a growth stock, so even then growth stocks are overpriced at the moment. So again, now for the purpose of this, Nio has gone from 4,000 cars in Q1 to 10,000 cars in Q2, which is a huge jump. They were due to open their own factory in 2020, but they went against that because they said financially it made more sense to outsource it. They have created Neo China, which means they got $1 billion and lost 15% of the company for that, but that helped take out a huge chunk of debt. In order to do that, they had to float more shares on the market and put up a certain amount of money. The shareholders realised this was good for the company and reacted kindly to it. Not all dilution is bad, as I said in a previous video. Now, you had them come out and say recently that they had $1 billion line of credit authorised by Chinese banks, which is also good. So you've got $1 billion, you raise money through share issue, you've also got $1 billion line of credit if you need it. Financially, they've gone from being risk of bankruptcy because of their debt to being quite financially secure for the next couple of years anyway. The Chinese government, as part of their deal, has agreed to put up more battery swapping stations and charging stations. So it looks good for them. They're doing like 28% of Tesla's revenue. So I think when an analyst says they can go to $80, they're basing it on Tesla's revenue against Neo's and their share price. Now, it should actually be $78 if we're being pedantic, but anyway. So that is why at this price people are considering it a buy, because in 2-3 years should be worth $78. Now next we're going to go on to Tesla, but before we do, if you want your spec stocks and growth stocks to grow, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm getting it out more channels. And don't forget to subscribe, become part of the Savvy Money Show family. I hear Hyllion is, although I'm not allowed to confirm that. And we give each other tips and updates. And don't forget the bell notification. You'll be notified when a new video gets uploaded, although I understand that can be annoying, especially when an idiot like me is on the other end. And if you're looking for a free trading platform which to trade your stocks and shares, don't forget to check out links in the description below. You get free share for signing up and depositing a small amount. Free trade only requires a £1 deposit to qualify. The others require £100 or dollars depending on which app. I use all three. There's also links to videos down below. Not all of them are mine, so it's not just self-promotion. Now on with Tesla. and Tesla is now higher priced than Google. Which would you rather, Tesla or Google? Well, I said to someone before who holds hundreds of shares in Tesla, bought at 600, that personally I would keep Tesla, but I would sell half of them. The profit in Tesla will pay for the other 100, and then I'd shift the money into Google or Facebook if you want, and then you could play around with other spec stocks with the other profit. You know, you could start a new diverse portfolio instead of only being in Tesla. But I understand why people are so bullish on Tesla. They don't want to stop. Why has it gone up so much? We have the retail investors, yes, but that only accounts for so much. You have a lot of them who went in early who don't want to release because they've been in through all the pain, and they think it can go higher to 3,000 or even 7,000. No, and they're not selling when traditionally, when the stock goes this high, some of the people who got in early will sell, profit take. But right now, no one's selling, or very little. So it drives it even higher. You have the shorts, or the people who shorted the stock all throughout. Now they have no option but to cover their shorts. And looking at how short those shorts were on the website, my wife asked me to cover mine. Now they have to buy them up at any price. So you have those guys. You have the S&P. If Tesla's getting promoted to the S&P 500, you will have the ETFs. Now, if they keep seeing it going on a run, you may have them picking up 1 or 2 shares. If they have to put 1% minimum in their ETFs, and they have a couple of companies where they have more than they need of it, and they're making profits on it, you may have them trimming down 1 or 2 of those companies and putting the profits into Tesla. Say for instance they only need 5 to 10% of Google or Amazon, and they've got 11%. I've seen it with a couple of ETFs, and they might pull back on 1% on that and put the money in the Tesla, just in preparation, so that the price doesn't go up when it does officially get put in the S&P. And all these factors will rise it up. Now, what will make it worth the money? Firstly, I said before in the previous video, I think Elon needs to dilute shareholders by 3 to 6%. That will give him like up to $8 to $10 billion to upgrade things. Because if they deliver the cars they expect to deliver in the next couple of years, now I understand that some superchargers no one's using, but some superchargers there's 20 minutes, 30 minutes wait for. More cars on the road, longer wait. I see it in the UK with my Nissan. When I first got it, there was no wait. You just drive up, plug in. Then the more that went on the road, longer the wait. Sometimes I had to park up and wait for them to go to, and then plug in. And you gonna get that unless they invest in a bigger network, more charging, superchargers around. And if you don't, then you won't get the new buyers involved. You're trying to convert people to a Tesla. Rather than reducing the price of the car, more superchargers first. Otherwise it won't matter how much. Number 2, you need between 6 and 8 gigafactories around the world to produce the amount of cars they're talking about. Once you've done that, you need to come out with a smaller car for the European roads. Some of the roads in the European market are a lot smaller than in America, and they're small and winding and tricky, and that's why likes of the Nissan, which has a big boot size, it's fairly big inside, but because the battery is underneath, and it's still a small enough car to get around those roads, no problem. The Tesla is a big car all around and a bit big for some roads. So you need to come, if you're going to reduce the price, you want to make a smaller car, and that's added cost to the factories for parts and changing the machines. Now once you have all that in place, then you can look into insulating yourself against rising prices by picking up a lithium mine if you have any money left over. But the way I see it is, you dilute 3 to 6% now before you go into the S&P 500. When they have to keep the price rising, these ETFs buying you up, these short buyers, and when at a time when the retail investors aren't selling anyway, they will suffer that. You do one big dilution, and if need be, do a 10% raise. You won't need to do another raise again. You'll be set. By the time all this is sorted, up and running, you'll be bringing in enough money to not need another raise ever again. Otherwise you do a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's no good. Each time brings up flags. So you do this one, and need to do reverse split. The reason for reverse split is he loves retail investors. You're stopping a lot of retail investors from going in because of the high share price. Now it's good to see it, lovely to see it. You're making Jeff Bezos your mortal enemy tremble. You're overtaking Google, but at the same time, I know there's fractional shares. Everyone keeps saying I buy a fractional share, but when you think to yourself, shall I buy Google at a cheaper price than Tesla? Then there are people who are going to pick up Google, and you think to yourself, I can buy 6 Facebook shares and still have money left over. This is how people are thinking nowadays. Don't get me wrong, I think Tesla are amazing. They're not just concentrating on the car, they're concentrating on improving the solar panels as well. But don't forget, all this is without the testing for the autonomous driving that they have to fund as well, or the robo-taxi, which is in the future plans. They need money for all of them as well. So I think Tesla needs to be savvy. Elon, we know, is a bit savvy, great at fundraising. I think he needs to see share prices that are high. If you do a share issue and are open about it, while share prices that are high and do a reverse split at the same time, then I think it's the right thing to do. The other thing, a good thing about reverse split as well, is you'll get people saying, "Oh, it's over $1,500." There are some people who don't know how to look at a share properly. There are people who were piling into Aurora after they done 10 for one, and it went to $10 because of a reverse split, but it was actually the same value. And they've gone, "Oh, Aurora's suddenly jumped to $10. You know, I'm gonna pile in," and they've moved it up to $20. You know, so they may say, "Oh, Tesla was $1,500. No, it's $150. No, I'm gonna get in while I can," and they'll move it up to $250. Anyway, I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Leave comments in the box below, especially if you disagree with me. I'd rather have a debate rather than someone disliking me and not watching my videos again or unsubscribing. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.